As you progress from your 20s to your 30s and beyond, the dynamics of muscle building undergo a transformation. While some argue the beginning young offers more malleability for body adaptation, others contend that one's complete muscle building potential might only be reached after crossing the threshold into their 30s. Regardless of the perspective, the reality is that as you age, you will likely need to make adjustments. Welcome to the Nourish and Thrive channel. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of muscle building as you journey from your 20s to your 30s and even beyond 40? We will show you how to adapt and thrive in every stage of life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and get ready to take charge of your muscle building journey with Nourish and Thrive. Let me begin by emphasizing that maintaining and gaining muscle beyond your 30s is indeed possible. Sarcopenia refers to the weakening of muscles due to aging. And while it was previously thought that muscle loss starts in the 30s, studies indicate that most people don't experience significant lean muscle loss until around age 50, at an average rate of 0.4 pounds per year. However, aging does not inherently lead to muscle loss. A sedentary lifestyle and poor habits contribute more to this decline. Engaging in regular physical activity, staying lean, and adopting a healthy diet can substantially delay muscle loss. A study involving individuals aged 18 to 39 reveals that age does not hinder muscle growth when strength training. Additionally, research on older athletes, even up to 81 years old, shows no considerable loss of muscle mass or strength. These findings challenge the widespread belief in inevitable muscle decline with age, underscoring the importance of maintaining an active lifestyle throughout life, rather than attributing limitations solely to age. Another factor to consider adjusting is your protein consumption. While this might not be a concern in your 30s or possibly even your 40s, as you advance beyond your prime years, you could be susceptible to a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. This term denotes a decrease in the rate of protein synthesis following meals and strength training. While this can be detrimental for muscle development, the positive aspect is that this can be effectively managed by simply increasing your protein intake. The underlying reason for anabolic resistance is the elevation of the leucine threshold, meaning you need a higher quantity of the amino acid leucine to optimize protein synthesis compared to younger individuals. For instance, a study revealed that while young individuals experienced no further rise in protein synthesis beyond 20 grams of high-quality protein post-weightlifting, older individuals exhibited a proportional increase up to 45 grams of protein after resistance training. Despite this leucine requirement increase as you age, your overall daily protein needs don't need change. The strategy to counteract anabolic resistance involves consuming fewer yet more substantial protein-rich meals to stimulate anabolic signals. Specifically, older individuals should aim for around 0.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight per meal. This approach assists in meeting the leucine threshold with each meal, effectively overcoming anabolic resistance. Another aspect to take into account is increased susceptibility to injuries as you age. Unfortunately, the aging process leads to a decline in the strength of connective tissues, causing joints and tendons to weaken due to a diminished rate of protein turnover, attributed to reduced growth hormone production. Engaging in the lifting of exceptionally heavy weights for few repetitions places significant stress on your joints and connective tissues. Consequently, focusing on higher repetitions and executing them with greater control becomes advisable. One valuable approach to adopt as you grow older is the incorporation of eccentric training within your workout regimen, specifically to bolster the resilience of connective tissues and subsequently lower the risk of injuries. For instance, performing deliberate slow negatives during a bench press with assistance from a partner during the ascent, or incorporating exercises such as leg extensions with one leg lowered while both legs are raised. Numerous similar techniques can be applied to other workout machines to infuse eccentric training. Despite the less thrilling nature of injury prevention strategies, particularly in comparison to muscle building, their significance escalates with age. It is important to bear in mind that you cannot train if you are injured, and if you continually sustain injuries by following a training regimen akin to that of your 20s, you are unlikely to make substantial progress. Another aspect that often goes unnoticed is a misconception surrounding the need for increased recovery time between workouts. Contrary to common belief, this notion is largely unfounded. Even as you progress well beyond your 30s and 40s, Many individuals can maintain their training frequency just as they did before. Although our recovery capacity might decrease with age, the decline is far less significant than commonly thought. Several studies demonstrate that there is minimal disparity between younger and older groups in terms of recovery capacity. For instance, research indicates that individuals in their 60s, although taking longer to regain muscle force than those in their 20s, actually experience less muscle soreness. Another study observed that those over 70 recover at a rate similar to those between 18 and 30 following demanding eccentric training. This study found no variations in recovery time concerning force production, hormone levels, and inflammatory markers. Similar results are evident in other studies, one of which showed that around 50-year-old individuals recover as swiftly as those about 20 years old within 48 hours after a high-volume isokinetic workout. In essence, growing older does not necessitate a reduction in training frequency from a recovery and performance standpoint. Regular training remains a viable approach. That being said, one aspect you should contemplate altering to optimize muscle growth as you age is your repetition range, particularly if joint discomfort arises. Research indicates that individuals aged 30 and older who engage in weightlifting achieve comparable muscle growth with both low and high intensity training. In simpler terms, the results are similar whether you use heavy or light weights. However, as you progress from 30 to 40 and beyond, it might be more advantageous to emphasize higher repetition training rather than focusing on lower repetition training involving very heavy weights. Various factors contribute to this shift. One factor pertains to decline in type 2 muscle fibers and motor units that accompanies aging. As you age, fast-twitch muscle fibers diminish and lose nerve connections over time. The number of type 2 fibers can decrease by 25 to 60%, while type 1 fibers experience a reduction rate from 0 to 25% due to aging. Although inactivity is a primary reason for most people's reduction in type 2 muscle fibers, aging itself significantly contributes to these changes. Consequently, you become more dominated by slow-twitch muscle fibers as you age, which are better suited for higher repetition training with lower rates and respond most effectively to that approach. Another issue stems from the deterioration of motor performance, which coincides with aging. As people grow older, their nervous system's motor performance weakens. This leads to a more challenging contraction of all muscle fibers, and the speed at which these muscle fibers contract slows down. In essence, the velocity of muscle contraction becomes more variable and sluggish. Furthermore, the loss of spinal motor neuron cells known as apoptosis occurs with age. These factors collectively result in reduced explosiveness as you age. Instead of resisting your body's natural changes by pursuing more low repetition heavyweight sets, incorporating high repetition training can be beneficial. For instance, aiming for a minimum of 10 reps can be effective. It is crucial to note that these factors don't manifest immediately upon reaching 30. They develop gradually over time. Their onset also hinges on your previous physical activities in younger years. Regardless of the approach you choose, it is advisable to prioritize controlled repetitions. This not only aids in injury prevention but also accounts for the decline in motor efficiency. As you age, it becomes more beneficial to execute most of your sets using a moderate or slow tempo. Should you find that your joints are not causing discomfort as you transition from your 30s to your 40s and beyond, you can incorporate elements of explosive training to enhance your ability to generate rapid power. Nevertheless, for muscle development and joint health considerations, directing the focus of your workout towards moderate and slow repetitions is recommended. Next, as you advance in age, adjusting your training approach to incorporate higher training volumes become increasingly important. While the prevailing belief might be that age requires a reduction in exercise intensity, research indicates otherwise. Older individuals can benefit significantly from embracing greater training volume, provided that their bodies are not dealing with existing overuse injuries. Evidence underscores the advantages of increased set volumes for older individuals. In contrast to their younger counterparts, for instance, a study demonstrated that older participants experience high-10 protein synthesis and anabolic signaling when they engage in 6 sets per muscle group during a workout as opposed to 3 sets. This suggests that the concept of diminishing returns with age might not be as relevant when it comes to training volume. Further insights come from a comprehensive meta-analysis, which show that older trainees exhibit a favorable relationship between training volume and positive outcomes. Notably, these outcomes were achieved without any indications of detrimental effects associated with higher training volumes. This stands in contrast to the notion that age-related limitation should curb training efforts. As you progress beyond your 40s, it can prove advantageous to focus on increasing your training volume. Elevating the total number of repetitions and sets in your workouts can be favorable, provided you're not currently contending with overuse injuries. Research indicates that older individuals derive greater benefits from heightened set volumes compared to their younger counterparts. For instance, a study revealed that older participants witnessed a more significant enhancement in protein synthesis and anabolic signaling when engaging in 6 sets per muscle group per workout, compared to 3 sets. Furthermore, a comprehensive analysis found that older trainees displayed a positive correlation between training volume and positive outcomes without any indications of encountering adverse effects at these elevated volumes. Lastly, as you venture into the realm of fitness beyond your prime years, a vital component often overlooked is the significance of maintaining flexibility and mobility. While the focus is often directed towards muscle growth and strength, the flexibility of your joints and overall mobility should not be disregarded. Aging can lead to gradual changes in joint flexibility and mobility due to factors such as decreased collagen production, stiffening of connective tissues, and reduced synovial fluid production within joints. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through the evolution of muscle building as we age, here on the Nourish and Thrive channel. From debunking myths about muscle loss to understanding the importance of adjusting protein intake, rep ranges, and training volume, we have explored how to stay strong and maximize results as we move from our 20s to 30s and beyond. Remember, age does not have to be a limitation. With the right knowledge and strategies, you can continue to thrive in your fitness journey. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our valuable content. Until next time, stay healthy and keep thriving.